click record, and we should be recording right now. All right, so let's go ahead and get started, guys. So like I said, this is the Lead Coach Mentorship Training. We're going to be doing this every Tuesday for the next 4 weeks at 2 p.m. Eastern, and it's going to be focused on tasks that we will work on for that certain week. So anything that we go over with in this week, we're going to really focus on them in your business. You will have me to throw ideas around. If you have questions, if you want to run anything by me, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to mentor you every step of the way so that you can really start to treat your business like a real business. So really week one. So week one's call is going to be about a couple of key things that I want you to seriously consider in your business. And now I will say this, some of these things might scare you and they might cause you to, feel like you're stepping out of some comfort zones, and that's okay. And I want you to be completely open and honest with me with these tasks that I'm going to give to you. So that way we can work through them because, excuse me, because the number one thing that I always heard as I was a new coach getting started and really wanted to do something with this was that if you want a real business, then you have to treat it like a business, okay? If you want it to be a hobby, then you'll treat it like a hobby. So another thing that kind of goes hand in hand with that is like, if you treat your business like a business, then you'll get paid like it's a business. Okay. If you treat your business like it's a hobby, then you're going to get paid like it's a hobby. Okay. Neither one of those are wrong. It all depends on what you want out of this business. Do you want this business to pay you like a business, or do you want this business to pay you like a hobby? That is your choice. So, given that, these are a few of the things that I personally have outlined that I've done personally in my business to treat my business like a business. And I want to set you guys up on the right foot because I've talked to each one of you and I know exactly what each of you want out of this business. So I'm going to set you on that path with these tips. Okay. So for week one, the first thing that I want to talk about is using social media. So using social media to share your business, we've talked about this, is probably the number one way that each of you are probably choosing to grow your business. Some of you do face-to-face things, and some of you are using Facebook solely. Some of you are using Instagram solely. Whichever way you are choosing to market your business, I'm guessing just through talking with you that probably the majority of you are using social media to promote and share your business. So I want to talk about ways that you can do this effectively so that way you can set yourself on the right path. So first and foremost, we know that sharing our journey is the number one way to put ourselves out there on Facebook to let people know what we're doing as a coach. If people don't know what we're doing or what we're about, then how are we going to help any of them? Okay, so we have to be willing to be open, be honest, and share our entire journey. Share that we are a coach. Share the programs that we're doing. And we don't have to do it in a way that it's selling, I guess. We are just sharing our journey along the way. And I personally found that the best way to do that, I've been a coach for 6 years, you guys. Today is my 6-year anniversary. I don't know if any of you knew that, but today is the day that I signed up 6 years ago to be a Beachbody coach. And so for 6 years, I've tried many ways to share my journey because that's what was told of me from day one. Just share your journey. Share your journey openly, lead by example, and people will start to ask questions. People will start to raise awareness, and people will start to, come to you and ask you, what are you doing? And that is going to be your opportunity to share what it is that you do as a coach. Okay. So over these 6 years, I've done it many different ways, but most recently, and this is a hot tip, you might want to jot down, one of the ways that I've been sharing my business after 6 years of doing this that I've seen that has proven to get people asking questions, get people to reach out to me, people commenting and liking on my stuff, is I have been creating a photo album on my Facebook. Okay, creating a photo album on my Facebook. I've done 3 of them so far. I'm in my 3rd album. I started doing this with the Ultimate Reset at the beginning of the year because I know how in-depth the Ultimate Reset is, and I know how many times people ask me about nutrition, and the Ultimate Reset is surrounded around nutrition. So this happened by accident, but it's proving to work really well, and I would love all of you coaches on here to start doing this if you see it fit in your business. I thought that I would just upload my meals every day, and I thought that the best way to do that was to upload it to a photo album, so that way I wasn't posting it just every meal on my newsfeed all day long, and it would get mixed up, and maybe not a whole lot of people would see it. Or whatever. But I wanted everybody to really capture my entire journey because I got so many questions about it. And it was just easier for people to be able to see my whole journey in an album and just sit there on their phone and swipe the picture side to side and see my posts every day that were in that album, as opposed to them seeing, one picture from Tuesday last week and one picture from Thursday the week before, and it'd be kind of scattered. I wanted it all to be in one place. So I created an album on Facebook, and every day, sometimes 2 and 3 times a day. Well, during the Ultimate Reset, it was at least 3 times a day because I had at least 3 meals that I was eating in that program. So at least 3 times a day, I was posting in that album, and I was sharing my journey. I was sharing a meal. I was sharing, my Shakeology. I was sharing one of the supplements that I was doing, and I was putting my own twist to it. I was sharing, my journey. I was sharing how I was feeling that day. I was sharing what epiphanies I was having. I was just sharing me, and I was just really showing my personality, and that wasn't selling at all. I was just sharing my journey. And through that organic sharing, I totally found that people were very interested in the journey as a whole, and they wanted to know more. And they were curious about clean eating, and they were curious about ways to, incorporate exercise and all that kinds of stuff. So I got a lot of inquiry. I think I got 2 people sign up for the Ultimate Reset because they followed my journey in that album. And I didn't even have to sell them. Basically, my journey sold them. Okay. So I did that again when I finished the Ultimate Reset, and I did the 30-day Hammer program from Hammer and Chisel. I shared my workout photos. I shared my Shakeology. I shared some of the meals. I was sharing my journey throughout that 30 days. Same thing happened. I would get people just random conversations, random interests. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm onto something here. So I decided, after I completed that program, I decided to create another album. And now I'm in the middle of the 22-minute hardcore album. And every day I just post something in there, sharing my journey. And I've found that for newer coaches who might be hesitant to share their story on Facebook, it's easier to share it in that album as much as you want, because it's your photo album. You're just putting a photo in the album. You're sharing your journey. And somehow in our brains, it kind of says, oh, well, I'm not spamming my newsfeed because I'm just throwing a photo in my own photo album. But it still intrinsically shows up on the newsfeed when you upload that photo. You know what I mean? So it kind of eliminates the feeling of spamming your friends and family on your Facebook with your workout and inspirational posts. I don't know why we feel like that bothers people, because have you seen some of the stuff that people post on Facebook? I'd be more embarrassed about some of the things that people post on Facebook other than happy, inspirational, inspiring things. But for whatever reason, we do. But I found that coaches that do this find it so much easier. So they're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. They're able to overcome their fear of posting their journey on Facebook, and they're able to put their journey out there. So it's a win-win. They're overcoming a fear, and they're getting their story out there so people can see it. So I encourage you to do that. So if you haven't been doing that, maybe start doing that and see how it works, and consistently do it and stick to it. I've had some new coaches and even older coaches, they've caught on to what I'm doing, and they're doing it, and they're having the same exact results in response. So I'm not saying, I'm just saying that is a hot tip, and I encourage you to do it. So the next thing is posting again, randomly on social media, getting really good at sharing your story. Okay, there is a document that I uploaded to our Elite Coach Mentorship group right before I got on this call, and it's I forget what it's called. I think it's named Crafting the Story. I just uploaded it. It's a document. As a homework assignment, I encourage you to go read that document. There's a couple of YouTube videos on there, and it's going to show you some best tips on how to share your story. Okay, so I encourage you to check out that document. It's not a very big document, but it has some invaluable information on there. So number 2, sharing your story and getting really, really good at it. There is also a document in there on in the Elite Coach Mentorship page. It's called the 21 Days of Social Media. Okay, so there's 21 days of posts on social media that you can use and upload. So that way you're getting yourself into the newsfeed. So that way you're consistently posting and sharing, positivity. Okay, you can copy and paste these posts and use them, or you can use them and customize them. Okay, you can change up the wording, or you can just take the picture and upload it, whatever. But it's 21 days. So if you're ever struggling or getting like writer's block or not sure what to post, going to this 21-day social media document is a great way to maybe jar up some creativity for a post. Or if you're just not feeling creative that day, at least you have a post and you can take it from there and post it that day. Okay. So there's that. Another thing, because I know that there's a lot of people in this group who are working full-time jobs, as I did when I first started as a coach, and sometimes you can't post as often. There is a free, I guess, app, or you can go to the website. It's called Hootsuite, HOOTSUITE.com, Hootsuite, and you can actually schedule your posts ahead of time. So say you're working from 9 to 5 and you literally cannot post because you're working, then you can still set up posts to deliver throughout the day. So that way you have posts going out, so that you're not abandoning your social media throughout the day. So you can still kind of keep up with the algorithm and your affinity, which affinity on Facebook is popularity, I guess. The more you post on Facebook, the more that people see your stuff. So if you're, posting things on Facebook and you're not getting a whole lot of likes or comments or things like that, it's not because nobody likes it. It's because they probably just don't see it because you don't post often enough. Facebook will show things in the newsfeed that people, want to see because they're posting often enough. So you want to make sure you're posting often enough. Okay, so another hot tip. So I use my smartphone like 90% of the time to post on Facebook, and I sometimes use some really neat smartphone apps to edit my pictures, and depending on what type of phone you have, it depends on the app. I have an iPhone, so the apps that I use that I create my pictures with is Ronna Design, RHONNA Design. And the other one is Word Swag. So WORDSWAG. Okay. Awesome, Michelle. So you said you started doing the group thing with posting your stuff. Awesome. I love it. Okay, so really those are the 2 apps that I use. And then to do like side-by-side pictures, I use an app called Frametastic. It's called Frametastic. And then there's another one out there that I've heard a lot of coaches using. I actually used it a lot before. I honestly haven't used it very much in the last year, but it's called Play, Pick, Post. And you can like post like video plus pictures all in one post. It's kind of neat. I honestly, goodness truth, haven't used it in a year. The two I use the most are Rona Design and WordSwag. And if I'm uploading a video, I upload the video organically, like meaning I just upload the video. I don't put it in an app and then upload it. I just upload it straight from my phone. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, next thing as far as like social media. Actually, this is more for your Facebook page. Okay, your presentation. Remember, we're building our business like a business, right? So your Facebook is your storefront. Okay, when people visit your Facebook, they are going to, it's like they're meeting you for the first time, and you want to leave a good impression. Okay, and you want to know, and you want people to know what you're about, and you want them to know you're a professional. Okay, even if you just started coaching, start putting on the professional hat that says, I am in it to win it, and I am here to help. Okay, that's the kind of statement you want to make. Okay, so you can do that visually right off the bat. Something very easy that's very simple is having good presentation on your Facebook page. And one of the ways to do that is by having a great Facebook banner. Okay, and you don't have to be super creative or super techie to do this. Okay, there is I don't think it's an app. I think it's like on a desktop. You have to go to desktop, and it's called PicMonkey, PicMonkey, PicMonkey.com. And you can it actually has a Facebook banner template. So you click on Facebook banner template, and then, and you can, and listen to me, you can go to YouTube and you can type in how to make a Facebook banner template from PicMonkey. And literally somebody will have a YouTube, like 2-minute YouTube video on how to make a Facebook banner from PicMonkey. And you can pull your pictures, maybe a picture of your family, maybe a picture of you working out. You can put writing on it. You can get ideas from just by looking at other coaches' banners. You can go look at my banner. You can go look at other top coaches on our team's banner, Heather Stetson, Jennifer Kupcho, who else? Jessica Conley. You can go, or Jerry Isaacs. You can go look at any of the top coaches on our team and take a look at their Facebook banners to get some ideas. You guys need to have that banner. Okay, you're treating your business like a business. You need to have something that says, "This is me. I'm a coach." Okay, something that says that I'm here to help you with those things. Okay, so number one, a Facebook banner. Number two, make your profile public. Okay, I know this. Oh my gosh, I just heard a huge horn. It scared me. I don't know what that was. So I just totally got sidetracked. It was like wah wah, like an air horn. Okay, so we're on Facebook. Oh, making your profile public. Okay, I know this is can be uneasy for some people, but it was for me when I first started. But I wanted people to be able to see my Facebook and see what I was about, so I could start connecting with people that I wasn't already friends with. That's what you want to do, because you want to broaden your network. And let me tell you something, if you're worried about creepers, it's okay, because I was worried about creepers too. But if you put yourself out there as a professional, as what you are attracting, which means most of us are wanting to attract women, moms, professional, ladies out there who are serious, people that we want to help. As long as you're putting that out into the universe, any sort of creeper that comes is probably not going to come within a 10-foot pole of you, just because you're way up here and they're like way down here. Okay, so I wouldn't worry about that. And if you do come across somebody who is a creeper, just hit the block button. Honestly, that's only happened to me maybe 1 or 2 times, where some weirdo was just, I don't even know what. And I'm like, well, you're gone, block. And then he's gone forever. Okay, and you're surrounded by so many amazing people anyway, that if some creep-tastic person wants to, make you miserable on your Facebook page, then they're all going to attack them anyway, and finally they'll buzz off. Okay, they'll realize that they're out of their league. So, so make your profile public so that people can see your stuff. So when you're broadening your network and you're, friend requesting other ladies from other fitness groups, and they want to check out your profile before they decide to accept your friend request, at least you give them a really good idea of who you are, and they will want to say, yes, she looks awesome. I'm going to be friends with her. And then you've added one more person to your network. Okay, so make your profile public. Sending invites. Okay, so sending invites, we can go into that a little bit deeper this week on the page, because that's a whole other subject in of itself. But I will tell you this, that you will want to use the challenge group script and the other scripts that we have available, which I can post those in the Elite Mentorship page. Just to give you an example of how you can kind of start talking to people when we use those particular scripts. The challenge group script, you all should have the challenge group script. That's when you have actually invited somebody, or somebody has inquired about a challenge group. Like, say you put up a challenge group post, like, hey, I am going to be mentoring 5 women to join my 21-day group where we're going to be doing 30-minute workouts and portion controlled nutrition, 1 meal provided, in a small support and accountability group. Let me know if you're interested, or however the post is going to go. And then you have people saying, yes, I'm interested, I'm interested, I'm interested. Then you would use the challenge group script and follow it step by step to talk to those people and fill them in on what your group entails. Okay, it's called the challenge group script. There are other icebreaker scripts that we have. If you want to jot those down, and as you're inviting and broadening your network this week and doing your Fantastic Four, which the Fantastic Four document is in the team page, in our Elite Coach Mentorship page. Check that out. That's broadening your network, sending messages, sending invites, and doing follow-ups. Those are the things that you should definitely be doing in your power hours. So those scripts, I want you to make sure that you have those and are utilizing them in the right way. If you have questions about those, we'll talk more about them in the group page for sure. Okay, the next thing, you will want to make sure that you have done your very first post about your challenge group this month. Okay, have you put out a challenge group, a call to action challenge group post this month? You may be a newer coach, so this might be your first post ever over a challenge group. Okay, if you are a new coach, I sent you a sample challenge group script or a challenge call to action post to put out there. That's in your welcome email. If you lost it or you haven't had it, post about it in the team page, and I will help you craft a post so that you can put it out there this week, you guys. Okay, if you have a little section in your notes where you have homework to do, one of them is to put out a call to action for a challenge group to start. My next challenge group, me personally, my next challenge group is going to start May 1st. Okay, this will give me time to talk to people and get them set up before May 1st so that I can hit my Success Club goal in April. That's the goal, because I want to get at least 3 people signed up with a challenge pack so that I can hit Success Club and start to move my business forward. Okay, every single one of you on this call is more than welcome to run that challenge group with me. Okay, actually, I expect all of you to start. Since we're doing this Elite Coach Mentorship together, I want to be able to show you how to run a challenge group. Okay, and maybe you only get 1 person signed up as we start. At least you have a place to put that 1 person. So that way it's not just you and 1 other person in a small group. It's kind of weird when that happens. Trust me, I know, because when I first started as a coach, I didn't have anybody leading me or guiding me. Sometimes it was just me and 1 other person in a group. Was it weird? Very. But I didn't care. I wanted to just do whatever it took to grow my business. And if 1 month I only had 1 or 2 people in it, then so be it. I was running with that 1 or 2 person. And that didn't mean I failed because I didn't have a ton of people. You know, the only time you fail is when you quit. right? You don't want to give up on those 1 or 2 people that you get signed up. So you guys have an advantage to add them to the challenge group that I'm going to be starting on the Challenge Tracker app starting May 1st. It's going to be my most beachin' challenge group ever. That's what the theme is. Okay. It's going to be surrounded around summer, great motivational things surrounded around summer salads, summer guilt-free cocktails, you know, other summery things. And I encourage you to add to that. Okay. Let's make this our challenge group. Okay. And we can just kind of run with it. The idea is to get people excited and motivated to start working towards their summer body goals. Okay. So, homework, put out a call to action for a challenge group starting May 1st. Okay. Alrighty. So let's see here. Let's see, what time is it? 2:30. Okay, we're right on track. Okay, this second to the last section that I wanted to go over with in this first call is how to launch your business on the fast track. Okay, again, going back to growing your business like a business. And I'm going to state this again. Some of these things might scare you and they might make you realize, wow, I'm in the big time here. I really am starting a business. You know, it can be one thing to say, yeah, I want to start a coach business and yeah, I want to, you know, help people. But then you get to a point where you're like, oh, this is really like a business. And then you get that kind of like, oh shit feeling in your stomach. And you're like, wow, this is going to be more work than I thought. But that's okay to feel that, because I can remember thinking that same exact thing once I really started to get serious about my business. And it's scary and it's definitely out of comfort zones, but I can tell you on the other side, it's well worth it and it's going to help you immensely. So if you're launching your business on the fast track, these are some things that I highly suggest you start thinking about, brainstorming, and do within the next 4 weeks. Okay, so number one, thinking of a team name. And I don't care if you don't even have a team. If you have 0 coaches on your team, I don't care. Think of who you are and think about what your team name would be if you had thousands of coaches on your team. The team would be reflective of who you are, what you believe, and what your mission is. Okay? I remember sitting at my very first summit, and we were in a general session. Carl Deichler was talking, and he was talking about owning your business. And my husband was sitting next to me, and he looked at me and he said, you know what name reminds me of you and the team that you're building and the journey that you've been on over the past couple of years? And I was like, what? And he was like, you just persevere. He's like, you've been through so many ups and downs to grow this business from the bottom up. I've seen you fail. I've seen you pick yourself back up. I've seen you cry. I've seen you laugh. I've seen you celebrate. And he's like, no matter what was going on, you always persevered through it all, through your own fitness, through your own roadblocks, through your own, you know, heartbreak and, you know, struggles growing a business. He goes, you always just persevered. And I was like, I like that. And the name stuck. And ever since then, every team cup I ever did, every group I ever did, always had the name Persevere behind it. So I decided to call my team Team Persevere. And that's how Team Persevere started. And I'll tell you what, the minute that I owned that name and said, I am Team Persevere, I'm not Team Beachbody, I am Team Persevere. That was the moment that I owned it. And that was the moment that really things started to come together. And I want that to happen for you guys right off the bat. So think of a team name right off the bat. Create a team page. I know you don't have a team, but create a team page. It's so easy to create a group on Facebook and create a group with your team name, and that's your team. Start putting documents in there. Upload the challenge group script in there. If anything, make it your own little personal hotspot of documents. And if it's just you, that's where you go for your team resources. for your things, okay? It's just a great idea to manifest these things right from the very beginning, all right? Secondly, create a logo. And it can be very simple at first. You can make it from just text, or if you want to have somebody create one for you, there is, I think, a website online called Fiverr, Fivver. And literally somebody can create you a logo for $5. Super cheap. Super cheap. And it can be super simple. Just something. And your logo can evolve over time if you want. Just manifest this stuff right now, you guys. Okay? All right. Next is create an office space in your home where you are going to work. Okay? It needs to be organized, and it might take some time to figure this out. Like I said, these things I'm asking you to think about over the next 4 weeks and move the needle on them a little bit, but have a workspace in your home where you sit down and say, this is where I'm getting my power hour done. I'm growing my business like a business, and this is where I'm sitting to get my stuff done. Okay? And lastly, seriously think about setting up a separate bank account for your Beachbody money. And you can link your direct deposit from your online office to this new bank account. And every time you get paid, all that money goes into your Beachbody bank account. I promise you, I did this last year with the team at the end of the year from from August until December. Okay, the goal was for them to put their Beachbody money into a separate bank account so that they could watch it grow. Okay, and so from August to December, I was like, how cool would it be, you guys, if you just put your Beachbody money away in a separate bank account and just let it grow. And by December, you have like $500 just sitting there that can just continue to sit there, or you could use it for Christmas money. And they did it. Every Thursday I said, are you putting your Beachbody money away? Are you putting a percentage of your Beachbody money away into a separate account, separate account, separate account? And wouldn't you know, by December, like over half of the coaches that participated in this had over $500 in their Beachbody bank account. And they were like, I can't even believe that. And I'm like, yeah, because you separated it from your regular bank account. So, it seems so simple, but when you can see the fruit of your labor and you can see it accumulating, it does something inside of you, and it just makes that motivation grow. Okay. So yeah, let me see here. Somebody posted. Oh, Lisa. Oh, you were posting about the challenge group. How soon should we put up a call to action post for the next group? Like today or tomorrow? Like start doing it now several times. Like shoot to do it like, I don't know, 2 to 3 times a week, every week up until May. Let's see here. Okay, you thought of the name too for your group. Awesome. Okay. All right. So that is the fast track. So creating a logo, creating a team page, creating a team name, creating an office space, and setting up a separate bank account. Those are some things I seriously want you to think about from now until the end of this group over the course of the next 4 weeks. Okay? Okay. And lastly, I want to touch base on the importance of personal development. It is one of our vital behaviors. Okay, you guys know what our 4 vital behaviors are. Being proof the product works. Invite, invite, invite. Recognition for either our challengers or our coaches, or just people around us, recognizing them. And lastly, personal development. Now, I will tell you guys, personal development is going to be the cornerstone of your success. Okay, so make sure that you are doing personal development every single day. Choose a book that resonates with the things that you are wanting to work on. If you're not sure, reach out and post in the team page or reach out to me personally and say, I really don't know what I need to be working on. I don't know what kind of personal development I should be doing. Message me, post in the page. We'll figure something out for you. Okay? Whatever. We need you guys to be doing personal development every single day. I had a mentor once tell me that the harder that you work on you, more than you work on anyone else, and you will find yourself unusually successful. Work harder on you than anyone else, and you will find yourself unusually successful. Okay? So work on you. You will find yourself successful. Okay? That's what personal development is about. I have two that I recommend that are kind of both, one for like personal side and one for business side. Personal to start would be something like The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson or The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. On the business side, I 100% recommend that you know the book Go Pro by Eric Worre inside and out. It's going to teach you how to invite. It's going to teach you how to follow up. It's going to teach you how to talk as a professional. So those to start, okay? Definitely for sure for business side, Go Pro by Eric Worre. I still to this day use everything that Eric Worre taught in that book. So I highly, highly recommend it. Alrighty, guys. Let's see. Yep. Okay. So that is all I have for our week 1 call. Now, I want to open it up to you guys and ask you, do you guys have any questions? Do you guys have any questions whatsoever? I know there was a lot of information, but I want to make sure that we're all on the same page here. And if you have any other questions, I want to answer them right now. Anyone? Raise your hand if you do. No? I can't see Margie or Michelle. I think I know Michelle's at work. Okay, cool. So if nobody has any questions right now, that's cool. But I know you're going to have questions as you go through and you start doing these things that I listed off here for today. I want you to ask the questions in the Elite Coach Mentorship group. I would love for each of you to show up daily, some way, shape, or form, and post your accountability, what you're working on for that day. How's it going? Are you up? Are you down? Okay. And lastly, to remind you of the goal. Okay. The goal in the long run is to help at least 3 to 5 people with a challenge pack. Okay. That's the goal from now until April 30th. From now until April 30th. That is the goal. And we know the little mini goals to set in order to get there, which is daily, consistent little tasks of inviting, reaching out, following up, putting out your call to action posts, sharing your story openly, crafting your story, okay? Doing your personal development. And if you have any questions about the tips that I gave on how to make your Facebook look like a storefront so that people know who you are, definitely reach out and I'll help in any way that I can. So let me see here. A reminder, on Thursdays, I will be available for opportunity calls, one-on-one opportunity calls. If you have specific questions that you want answered or specific help that you want with, like, let's say a potential customer or a client, I've been known to do 3-way calls with people that want to bring people to a call with me so that they can, talk through what the opportunity is, whether it be with coaching or with the challenge group. We've done those successfully, and usually we'll either do it on phone and I'll do a 3-way phone call, or we'll do something like this. That's the time to schedule that. So I will do those every Thursday for the next 4 weeks from, I think I have the time block scheduled from 10 a.m. to noon Eastern. So between that time, I will be setting myself completely aside to do that. So whether it be us talking in a private Facebook message, or us talking on a phone conversation or a Zoom conversation, or you inviting somebody to talk with me to see if the challenge group or coaching opportunity is for them. So that is all I have for you guys today. If you guys don't have any other questions, that's it. I did record this, so I will be able to post the recording later today, or if not tomorrow. So other than that, I look forward to working with you guys for the next 4 weeks and diving in the rest of this week as well. So we'll see you guys later, and thank you guys for joining.